Think you remember the TV hosts, celebrities from the 70s and 80s? They welcomed you into their studios, your living rooms, and sometimes even into primetime history. We show you what these iconic TV hosts look like today, and you try to guess who they are before their classic photo and name reveal. Tally your score, flex your nostalgia muscle, and hit that subscribe button for more throwback challenges from Viraloo, where memory meets mystery. Let's dive into vintage television in reverse. Daytime talk show host Lisa Gibbons, now 68. She was a daytime queen before Oprah and helped break the tabloid mold. Sally Jessy Raphael, now 89. She gave Good Morning America its early rhythm. Joan London, now 74. He turned a daytime talk show into a national obsession. Phil Donahue, known for his big smile and Just One More Thing. Peter Falk, host of Columbo Mysteries, would be 98. A staple of morning TV with serious news chops, Bryant Gumbel, now 76. This game show legend made Survey Says part of pop culture. Richard Dawson would be 93. Before Judge Judy, she laid down daytime law. Judge Wapner of the People's Court would be 106. She broke barriers as one of the first female co-anchors of a major network show. Barbara Walters would be 95. He hosted late night long before cable changed the game. Dick Cavett, now 88. America tuned in to hear This Is Your Life. Ralph Edwards would be 112. The slick-haired game show host of Tic-Tac-Doe, Wink Martindale, now 90. He danced through American Bandstand and made music TV iconic. Dick Clark would be 96. The smooth voice of 2020 in its early days, Hugh Downs would be 104. Host of The Gong Show and Forever Unpredictable, Chuck Barris would be 96. His name's synonymous with wheel, Chuck Woolery, now 83. This host helped shape the CBS Morning News. Charles Kuralt would be 91. A sharp wit and the queen of roasting, also a red carpet staple. Joan Rivers would be 92. Live from New York. He helped launch SNL. Don Pardo would be 107. He gave us movie reviews and the iconic thumbs up. Gene Siskel would be 79. His partner was just as legendary in film critique. Roger Ebert would be 83. A nighttime icon with quick wit and a signature laugh. Arsenio Hall, now 69. He made Name That Tune unforgettable. Tom Kennedy would be 95. A calm voice on The Price is Right before Drew. Bob Barker would be 101. The British host who brought disco to America, Robert W. Morgan, would be 87. The original host of Jeopardy before Alex Trebek, Art Fleming, would be 102. From Bowling for Dollars to Daytime Fun, Larry Black, now 78. PM Magazine wouldn't have been the same without her. Janet Langhart, now 83. He brought heart to kids say the darndest things. Bill Cosby, now 87. A daytime star known for audience participation and lifestyle tips. Dinah Shore would be 109. The guy who made Truth or Consequences a family tradition. Bob Eubanks, now 87. Hosted Real People, a predecessor to reality TV. Byron Allen, now 64. Hosted Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Robin Leach would be 83. Brought dry wit to British quiz shows. Angus Deaton, now 69. This host danced through solid gold. Marilyn McCoo, now 81. Game show legend behind Password Plus, Alan Ludden would be 108. Made Hollywood squares sparkle. Peter Marshall, now 98. The man with the microphone for American Gladiators, Mike Adamla, now 75. Let's Make a Deal, original master, Monty Hall would be 104. He hosted Entertainment Tonight in his early years. John Tesh, now 72. Known for Crossfire and his fiery tone, Pat Buchanan, now 86. Sunday morning voice of wisdom and warmth, Charles Osgood, now 92. Hosted Match Game with sly humor. Gene Rayburn would be 106. A mainstay on 60 Minutes. Mike Wallace would be 107. Hosted That's Incredible and captured Odd America. John Davidson, now 83. Daytime talk with flair, fashion, and gossip. Jenny Jones, now 78. A food show pioneer on PBS, Julia Child, would be 113. Game master behind Sale of the Century, Jim Perry, would be 91. Radio and TV blend, America's Top 40. Casey Kasem would be 93. Hosted Double Dare with kid-friendly chaos. Mark Summers, now 73. She was the voice of morning television in the Midwest. Jane Pauley, now 74. He brought sophistication to late-night talk shows. Tom Snyder would be 89. She was a pioneer in women's television programming. Virginia Graham would be 103. He hosted the Mike Douglas Show with warmth and charm. Mike Douglas would be 100. She brought style and substance to daytime television. Regis Philbin would be 94. He was the master of daytime variety shows. Merv Griffin would be 100. She pioneered investigative journalism on television. Diane Sawyer, now 79. He brought humor and heart to children's television. Captain Kangaroo would be 98. She was a trailblazer in sports broadcasting. Phyllis George would be 75. He hosted The Tonight Show before Johnny Carson. Jack Parr would be 109. She brought intelligence and grace to news broadcasting. Connie Chung, now 78. He was the voice of game show television. Bill Cullen would be 104. She revolutionized talk show television. Oprah Winfrey, now 71. He brought energy and excitement to variety shows. Ed Sullivan would be 118. She was a pioneer in consumer advocacy television. Betty Furness would be 109. He hosted The Price is Right with enthusiasm. Bill Cullen would be 104. She brought warmth and wisdom to morning television. Jessica Savitch would be 78. He was the king of late-night television. Steve Allen would be 104. She pioneered women's programming on television. Arlene Francis would be 118. He brought comedy and chaos to variety shows. Gary Moore would be 112. She was a trailblazer in news broadcasting. Linda Ellerby, now 80. He hosted the Andy Williams Show with style. Andy Williams would be 96. She brought intelligence to television journalism. Leslie Stahl, now 83. He was the master of television variety. Red Skelton would be 113. She pioneered women's sports broadcasting. Donna De Verona, now 77. He brought music and entertainment to television. Lawrence Welk would be 122. She was a pioneer in television news. Pauline Frederick would be 117. He hosted The Ed Sullivan Show with Flair. Ed Sullivan would be 118. She brought style to television entertainment. Elka Summer, now 84. He was the voice of television game shows. Alex Trebek would be 84. She pioneered television talk shows. Geraldo Rivera, now 81. He brought humor to television variety. Carol Burnett, now 92. She was a trailblazer in television comedy. Lucille Ball would be 114. He hosted The Tonight Show with charm. Johnny Carson would be 100. She brought intelligence to television drama. Mary Tyler Moore would be 88. He was the master of television comedy. Bob Hope would be 122. She pioneered television variety shows. Dinah Shore would be 109. He brought warmth to television entertainment. Perry Como would be 113. How many did you recognize before the reveal? Drop your score in the comments. Which host brought back the strongest memory? And tell us who you want us to cover next. News anchors, cartoon voices, or forgotten sitcom stars. Hit that like button if you nailed more than 20. Smash subscribe for more nostalgic face tests from the team at Viraloo. You bring the memory, we bring the mystery. See you in the next Reverse Time Challenge.